Hey everybody, so here I am with this week's moment of encouragement. Change is one of the few guarantees in life. Sometimes it arrives as a blessing we've prayed for, and other times it shows up uninvited, shaking everything we thought was secure. New opportunities, unexpected losses, and shifting seasons can feel exciting or overwhelming, good or bad. But no matter how it comes, one truth remains. God is unchanging, and our faith can remain steady even when everything else is moving. Check out Hebrews 13:8. Now, one of the hardest parts of change is simply accepting it. We often resist what we don't understand or what we didn't choose. But Scripture reminds us that God is sovereign over every season of our lives. Jeremiah 29:11. Now, while originally spoken to Israel in exile, this reminds us that God's plans are always purposeful and good for his people. Acceptance is more than emotional surrender. It's faithful stewardship. It's saying, God, even if I didn't choose this season, I will honor you in it. Whether the change feels good or bad, we are still called to steward our attitude, our trust, and our obedience. You may not control the change, but you are responsible for how you respond to it. Change often requires adjustment. New routines, new roles, new expectations. But while our circumstances may shift, our foundation must remain firm. Proverbs 3:5-6. God hasn't just called us to survive change. He's called us to steward it well. And that means managing what he's placed in our hands right now. Your current season, your responsibilities, your relationships. These are all assignments from God. 1 Corinthians 4:2. Now, adapting doesn't mean drifting. It means remaining anchored in truth while faithfully handling what God has entrusted to you today. Now, not all change is negative. In fact, some of the most powerful growth in our lives comes through seasons that we would never have chosen. Romans 8:28, check that out. God uses change to shape us, and that shaping is something we must steward. And growth isn't automatic. It requires surrender, humility, and willingness to let God do his work. Instead of asking, why is this happening? We begin to ask, God, how can I be faithful with what you are giving me right now? Even difficult change can produce spiritual fruit if we steward the process well. So my encouragement to you today is this. Whether you're walking through a season of joyful transition or painful uncertainty, remember this. You are still a steward of everything God has placed in your life. Change may alter your circumstances, but it never removes your calling to be faithful. Stay faithful when it's good, when it's hard, and when it doesn't make sense. Because the same God who led you yesterday is already in your tomorrow, and he is present with you today. Don't just endure change. Be faithful in it. Grow through it. Honor God in it. Thank you. Love you. I'll be praying for you this week.